This is a process video update on my custom journal for Sandra. It is a fabric and vintage lace creation, and this is where we're at so far. I have sewn all the pages, the elements to the pages, and now I'm beginning to decorate and fill them. So our cover is oatmeal colored muslin with beautiful vintage lace sewn over top, and then a doily sewn over top of that. So at this stage, the journal is still very unput together. So I always make the outside cover a little bit wider. I do make them the same height, but you can go a little bit shorter each page, because by the time you come to the middle, everything kind of wants to extend beyond the page sides anyhow. So as I'm working on it, I try and keep the pages pretty much in line so that I know what's gonna overhang and such. But this gives you an idea. I had originally was going to turn it the other way, and then I got this clever idea that I could make a pocket by leaving some of this not sewn. I had glued it though, and when I tried to pull it off from the glue, because the lace is vintage or antique, it's so fragile it began to rip, so I left it and just sewed it on as is, and then I will put some kind of decoration over top. And what I've said in previous videos, I usually make the front and the back exactly the same so that I have that option of turning it or flipping it around if I choose to do so. So that's what we've got. 5 pages, and you decorate each side, so that makes 20 altogether. So I will show you where I'm at. And Sandra, this is for you. So I do zigzag around each page as well, just to keep it looking more uniform. I've got this beautiful vintage lace cascading over the side, and I will put in a tie closure, and I've left my little holes there in order to fit the ribbon through nicely. And I'm looking for my ties. Yes, I have them here. I'm going to use this scarf again, and I'll cut it into strips and then feed it through the eyelets. These are the We Are Memory Keepers eyelets. And then in this pocket, I am making about 12 tags throughout the journal that are coordinating. And I take cardstock, and then I cover it with lace and embellishments, and then I'm making separate removable tags. So not only are they reversible, but they are removable and two-sided. So I will put some kind of decoration on this inside tag, but not too much. It just creates a lovely layering effect, and then that way you've got twice as much real estate to do your journaling on. Got an envelope here made out of some music paper, which I haven't decorated yet. This is a crocheted flap, and I'm going to adhere this and then tie it. And I'm debating between putting this on a ribbon, or I kind of don't want to do a snap closure. I think that's going to put too much wear and tear on the closure, and I might just end up gluing it shut. And then, sorry, I'm always reaching for things, my prototypes here. Then what I would put in this side tuck would be something like this. In fact, I like that. I'm going to go with something like that, and then I will glue this permanently in place, and we have it. And on the side here, I've got some beautiful crocheted lace that came from an old pillowcase, and we just cut it off the edge, and then I just sew it, attach it. And this is a vintage hanky, very sheer and soft and delicate, in this lovely blush color, which I hope gets picked up on the camera. Here we've got a tag with a little topper that I made out of a die cut from Heartfelt Creations, tag topper. And the paper that I ended up using the most was Prima's Tales of You and Me. And then I just had some other type of vintage paper, and I've backed several of the tags onto pink parchment paper. Here we've got another reversible tag in progress. I'll trim this down and do a little bit more decorating on it. So that just goes in this side. And then over here, we've got a beautiful piece of this vintage lace that I've used before. And I will put some kind of a topping here because there's a bit of a gap of space between the end of the lace and the top of the page. Again, a reversible tag, just with some beautiful embellishment from Sheila Gingrich at Boho Daydreams, some of her embellished trims. And then this will just become a little journaling card. And these I won't back, because they've got to be able to slide in here, and just extra room for journaling. And of course I'm going to put tag toppers on these too. And then here we have a beautiful pocket. Gorgeous piece of lace. Oh, I just love this. It's so beautiful. This particular placemat or table runner, I cut into 4 so I can get 4 generous sized pockets like that. This will become a reversible tag, and I'll tuck it into this mini journal as well. And what I've done is I've just put these together, haven't decorated or stamped or sewn them at all. It's just the process of how I select the papers and which ones I choose. Got some book page, some journaling paper, and some of William Shakespeare's sonnets. And this is just heavier cardstock in a craft color. So that will all get tucked into the side pocket here. And then we've got a beautiful tag and some lace side pocket here. This will become a double reversible tag. And actually, you could even do a triple because this is open as well. So there you go. Lots of space to tuck your secrets and notes in here. And turning the page, we've got a gorgeous colored doily. And I've taken some of the paper from the Tales of You and Me, Prima. Just put some of Sheila's velvet on it and some of this tulle. This is not vintage, of course, it's just modern, but I love the effect. It just kind of mutes the paper, and it's reversible so it can be journaled on. I'll put some more embellishment on there as well. But I chose this image and this other secondary tag to tuck in here. And then this page is going to be a sweet little pocket envelope. I'm going to have to trim this down, and I'm going to make it so the flap comes over. And then I'm thinking either button it with a cool button, or a bead or something, some kind of a closure. And then inside this pocket, I've just got a very tall tag, which can be used for more journaling. That's that. And you could add more into that pocket if you like. Then in the center of our signature, we've got a double page spread with the beautiful vintage lace. And I've got a motif applique here. And this time, instead of gluing it, because I knew I was going to do this ahead of time, I actually stitched it on. So I appliqued it right onto this beautiful vintage lace. And because it's so delicate and fragile, you have to go slow, and you have to use a very sharp needle, and just be mindful of what you're doing. This is going to be just an envelope. It's a sheet of paper that I've folded in 3, and I'm going to put some lace and ribbon on here, and then tie it with some pretty fibers. And then this side we have, look at this, beautiful antique French lace with pearls and sequins, hand sewn onto there. You can see it from the back. I don't know if you can see it close up, but it's actually hand stitched right there. It's just so beautiful. I thought it was a nice balance to the applique on the other side. Double tag here. This will become a double tag. What I do more for the fabric journals is do every tag specific for the pocket that it's going into. I just find that it's more balanced that way. And like I said, there's only 12 to 15 tags in here, so it's not a big deal to do it that way. All right, we're back. This is a reversible double tag again, and it will be, actually, could be a triple, because, voila. And I will put some more embellishment on this piece here, an applique or something, and then this will become a tag insert, both sides. Room for extra journaling. Pretty nifty, huh? I think it's pretty clever. So I've just layered up some laces here and some beautiful antique or vintage trim. This is a very pretty blush colored crocheted napkin, and it's not cotton. I don't know what it's made out of, but it's a little bit shiny, and not that it feels plasticky, but it's very different. I'm not sure what the threads are, but it is very cool. And then inside I've just got this tall tag made out of some heavier weight craft paper, and it's got a bird on it. So the themes are a little bit sewing and birds, in case you haven't picked up on that. And I was thinking of backing these, but I don't think they need it. They just fit nicely as is. So, and the color is a really nice contrast. A little bit of the peach color here. That was the other thing that Sandra wanted, was more of a peachy pink. So I've tried to stick with that, even though some of it does swing over into the pink, more pink category. It still all blends beautifully. This will be another double pocket here with that image on there. And then these, I can put a hole in them and put ribbon on them, or just leave them as is. And what they are is, the die cut is, I cut 2 of them and then back them and glue them together. Same with the paper, so it's quite sturdy, which you really do need in these fabric journals. And then in this beautiful pocket, we've got some gorgeous vintage lace. This actually came from a coverlet. And I've done another journal here, a little mini journal with a tag that will go inside. Beautiful bird on the outside, and just very similar papers to the other booklet. Haven't done any decorating of it yet, as you can see, but that will become a mini journal for lots of extra writing and note keeping. And probably put some trim, vintage trim on there. I do have several to choose from, so it will get embellished for sure. And things like this, I may end up putting vintage buttons on. I just have one handy right now. So you can see, you could easily embellish with a few more buttons. And I have this gorgeous charm ring that I've used before. This is modern, but I just think it's so beautiful and feminine. This is an ode to Sandra's mother, because she was also a seamstress. And that will make her think of her mom when she is looking at the journal. Another doily here on this side, and we've got this beautiful tag. I backed it with parchment paper. I'd attached some vintage velvet in that beautiful blush color and an applique trim, and then this will become a reversible tag as well. Just a little tuck spot here, and sits nicely in this white Battenberg lace pocket. And we've got another full page envelope that I will decorate and put some trim on, and these lovely fashion ladies. This pocket is made from a gorgeous, very soft pink blush colored napkin or handkerchief, and I just cut them in 4, and so it will make 4 different pockets. I got this exquisite trim the other day. I had actually ordered 2 of them, and they came just in time so I could include them in this journal. So this is this one. It is absolutely stunning. I'm almost tempted to use it for a journal closure, but it would take up so much. I think I got 4.5 to 5 yards of each. And this beautiful one on the netting. Aren't those just lovely? So that's that page. And then we've got the last page with a big piece of crocheted vintage lace, and I've got 2 tags here, and this one I think is really super pretty. What I did was I used the cardstock and then put on some lace. This is not vintage lace. This is, I've had it a few years. It's very blush colored. And then I got this vintage applique and attached it here. I'll probably use a ribbon topper. And then separately, this tag will go here. It doesn't slide underneath. I didn't leave any room for that. So that is here into this pocket. And then one more tall tag with a body form mannequin here on the craft cardstock. And that's it so far. I might add another tag in here that's roughly like this size. They just look nice together when they're more than one. This tag amazingly goes with every project I do. It's graphic 45 paper and just paper punched on the bottom, but it's my prototype. I have a few here that I use as I'm making journals so that I know what size to make some of my tags. And that's the back side. And so that's it. I hope you've enjoyed this little update. And Sandra, I hope you are going to just get so much enjoyment out of this journal. I hope not only does it look good and feel good in your hands, but you're able to make it your own and write some of your thoughts and ideas and memories inside. So enjoy, have a great weekend, and we'll talk to you again soon. Thanks for watching.